Hello, Degens! Welcome to Degenerate Takes College Football Week 1 Wrap-Up Show. I, of course, am the Brofect1 AJ. Joining me, as always, is the man with the numbers, the sportsbook whisperer, college basketball guru, daddy of the diamond, all hail the king of the links, the best handicapper I know, the Money Train, Mr. Noah Engelbretson. Noah, how the hell are you doing today, bub?
I'm doing great, AJ. I'm doing great. It's been a great week 1 of college football. Can't wait for the upcoming weeks here.
Noah, we got 4 days until NFL after a beautiful slate of college football. Noah, we are in full swing in football, and hey, you can't be in a better place than being a degenerate right now. That's why if you're watching, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. But Noah, let's get into it, bro, because from start to finish this week, there were just epic games all around. All right, it was awesome. I want to start off nice and strong with NC State, East Carolina. NC State coming away with it, 21-20. It was a sloppy game, to say the least. I put out a tweet that said NC State was playing some of the sloppiest football I've seen after back-to-back false starts from an offensive lineman and a wide receiver. I mean, I get it, week 1 and everything, get the jitters out, and it was early in the game, it was early drive, they came back, scored a touchdown. But still, Noah, 21-20 against East Carolina, who looked much more ready to play and much more like they wanted to be there. I mean, I would like to say this now because last week I officially hopped on the NC State bandwagon. I am hopping off the bandwagon as of right now, Noah. I can't do it because I'm not going to get hurt by this team. I did it with Texas last year, and I'm not going to do it with NC State this year. How did you feel about it, bud?
Yeah, as somebody who was never on that bandwagon, they're what, ranked number 13 coming into the season, something like that.
Yeah, 13 going out of this week.
Yeah, so I don't want to go as far as saying they're overrated, but the people who are saying NC State's going to be a college football playoff team are out of their minds, in my opinion. Oh, yeah. And this week 1 showed it. ECU, not a bad team, but
no,
ECU should have won this game. NC State should be 0-1, despite a kicker pushing a kick wide. They're still a very solid team, but they're not playoff potential. They're not that good. Like they'll be a 2 or 3 loss team by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have a good season, but just not a playoff run, I think, like you were alluding to, Noah. So, yeah, I'm officially off the bandwagon. Noah, I'm glad you never got on it, bro. I put it off for as long as I can, Noah. We got to talk about our fucking Wildcats, bro. Huh? Going into SDSU, 38-20 victory over them. Bro, I'm going to say it right now, and this might be my first overreaction of the season. Arizona football, the U of A Wildcats are all the way back. All the way back. Pac-12 titles coming to us. All right, maybe a good bowl game for once in prime time. That would be amazing. Noah, I am beyond hype on this football team right now and what Jed Fish has done. What are your thoughts, bro?
I think you need to take a step or two back here for this season.
Oh, get out of here. No shot, bro.
We looked really good on both sides of the ball. It was really encouraging. I think there's a chance this team might make a bowl game.
Oh, yeah. A good one, too.
No. I'm not going farther than that.
No, we're not playing in the Big O Tires, Big O bowl game. That's not happening this year, bro. We're getting a Rose Bowl. We're getting something like that, man.
AJ, you are absolute homer delusional right now. Like,
No.
I mean, yes, we looked very good week 1, but I think we could maybe win 6 or 7 games and make a bowl game, but the ceiling's not higher than like 7 games for this team. I mean, we looked good. I'm very reassured. I'm very excited to see what we do this season, but we're not ripping off 9 or 10 wins. That's so unrealistic. Like, that's not going to happen.
10 wins in a bowl appearance.
Homie, that is so unrealistic. I'm just going to shoot that down right now. And if I am wrong about that, then I'm happy I'm wrong, but I don't think I will be. I'm reassured. I'm reassured by what I saw. I'm happy. I'm optimistic going forward, but I'm not going to get over optimistic on that.
All right, no, fair enough. From one Pac-12 team who had no expectations to a Pac-12 team that's ranked number 11, bro. We got to talk about them Ducks going to the dog pound that is Georgia, Athens, Georgia. I mean, bro, how do I describe this except nothing less than an absolute beatdown, bro? And when the Ducks asked for mercy, oh please, we're done, we can't take anymore. That's when they brought out the fucking cleaver and were like, nope, chop the Ducks' head off, bro, done. Bo Nix is the same Bo Nix that he was at Auburn. 21 and 33, 173 yards, 2 interceptions, QBR of 58.9. Guy is trash on the road like he was in Auburn. Noah, so I think we're on a fade Bo Nix when they play on the road hype train again.
Yeah, I mean, it might just be a fade Bo Nix in general. Like, Bo Nix sucks. Like,
Dude,
he's never been
not
good.
And
He's
he's
never
better at
been
football than
good.
I ever will be, but Jesus.
Well, same, but like as far as like D1 power school starting quarterbacks go, Bo Nix, like he's not good. He's not good. He's not good. Let's stop pretending like Bo Nix is something special just because his dad was a really good player. Yeah, I don't think Oregon's going to be that good this year, and I said that in our, one of our episodes where we were covering preseason. Yeah. I said I thought Oregon was egregiously overrated.
Egregiously.
At 11, and that maybe look, either that's the case, or Oregon, or Georgia is really good, or a mixture of both. It's hard to say. I think a lot of people are going to like over-credit Georgia for this because I think Oregon's been so overrated that people are going to over-credit Georgia. Not saying that Georgia isn't really, really good again, but I think Oregon's kind of trash. I think they're kind of trash.
Yeah, and I feel like we always run into this with at least one Pac-12 team in preseason for rankings and stuff like that. Last year it was UCLA in the top 10. This year it's Oregon at 11. I mean, I appreciate the people in college football thinking that we have a chance in the Pac-12, but let's be real, we're still the Pac-12. We don't have any iron to sharpen iron, and that's why every single team is trying to leave the Pac-12. That's another conversation for later, though. Moving on, Noah, let's talk about probably, and I swear to God, I don't know how many texts I got from you when this game was going on about how fucking boring it was. But let's talk Iowa and South Dakota State. If you're an under better, I mean, just start auto-picking Iowa in the under, because the final score was 3-7. Yes, the final score of a college football game in this era where it is all about offense was 3-7. Noah.
Well, don't forget to mention there were 0 touchdowns scored.
Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry.
That seven was not a touchdown.
No, you're right. No, I'm looking at the box score again. It was a field goal in the first quarter, a safety in the third and the fourth quarter. Jesus Christ, bro. So I'm not gonna lie. I did not make myself watch that game. I watched what little highlights there were. Did you actually sit through that entire game, Noah? And if you did, how many naps did you take in that time period?
Well, not the entire game, but I did watch portions of it. It was incredibly boring unless you're a big fan of punters.
Hey, big day for punters out there.
If you really like watching punters, watch an Iowa football game. But yeah, their defense outscored both their offense and South Dakota State's offense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was like god awful, bro. That is just god awful football right there. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts. Just a miserable way in existence to play football. I promise you, I don't think I'll watch an Iowa game this season. I think I'm just gonna take the unders. I'm just gonna do it, bro. It's gonna be one of those things. Moving on, staying in the Midwest, Noah. Illinois, Indiana. Game with controversy already in college football, and let's just say, Noah, it's getting, to use a big word you used earlier, egregious, bro. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Illinois losing 20-23. Probably shouldn't have lost, though. probably shouldn't have lost with a late touchdown called incomplete that was not even reviewed. Noah, I have watched that video about 10 times, and every single time I watch it, all I say is, how the hell did it not go to the booth? If incomplete on the field, totally, I get it, fine. You bad angle, whatever, you can't see the ball. But that's why we have the cameras. That's why they spend all the money on all this replay equipment. That's why we have the stupid pylon cams that they love to use all the time. I mean, bro, how does it not go to replay?
I have no idea. I mean, it was a beautiful catch, and then the ball got jarred loose. And, I think it was a good catch before that. Ball gets jarred loose by the defender, then after the catch has already been secured, and he catches it again. I mean, he's secured the catch twice. That should count for like 2 touchdowns, if anything. But nope, didn't get anything from that. Illinois ends up with a field goal on that drive, ends up losing by 3 points. A little bit painful.
As in Illinois better?
Well, yes. But even more so, I feel bad for just Illinois fans. I mean, like, they should have won that game. They should have probably been 2-0 right now.
Yeah, probably should have, but we'll see if they can bounce back from this. I think this is going to be the beginning of the end. That one rough call may unravel Illinois from within in the absolute dumpster fire of a team that I do still think they are this season. Noah, moving along to the highest scoring game with just absolute points everywhere, bro. I'm talking UNC and going to App State and keeping it tight there, bro. UNC was the dog going into this, but 63-61, UNC covers and wins. I like this App State team. I like this UNC team a lot more than I originally did. They obviously had that Week 0 win, which was big, and I was impressed by them, but I didn't think they were going to be able to touch App State, and yet here we are with a nice win there. I mean, defense terrible all around, but what do you expect in college football? Noah, do you think this is more of App State being not as good as I think they are, or UNC being real this year? Because I almost want to put a real stamp on UNC.
Yeah, I mean, they got a really good freshman quarterback. Like, they're going to win 8 or 9 games this year. I don't think they're going to be even close to touching the playoff or anything, but they'll win 8 or 9.
Yeah, they can win 8 or 9.
App State probably same boat. Very difficult there for App State, going for the win instead of the tie at the end.
God.
Quarterback had a wide open receiver and just overthrew him. And then, in case you didn't watch the game, then App State going for the onside kick. North Carolina takes it to the house.
Yeah, that was rough. That was fucking rough.
Kicks it back off to App State. They score a touchdown and have a chance to tie it with another 2-point conversion, fail a second 2-point conversion. But, yeah, I think both these teams are going to be pretty decent this year.
Yeah, and I think this is more of UNC being better than everyone thought they were going to be than App State being worse. You know what I mean? I think it was a competitive game all around, obviously. And so I think this was a good matchup of just evenly matched teams at this point.
And, yeah, I don't know if I should say shout out or something else, but App State becoming the first team to score 40-plus points in a quarter and lose a game.
Shout out. Fucking losers.
Shout out's probably not right. I mean, condolences, I guess, to App State for being the first team ever to score 40-plus points in a quarter and lose a game.
But, hey, if you took the over for that quarter, I mean, you were sitting pretty all game. But, anyway, Noah, moving on to the last game, the highlight of the weekend, in my opinion, just an absolute dogfight in Ohio for Notre Dame visiting Ohio State. Ohio State walking away with it 21-10. I got to shout out my boy C.J. Stroud, my Heisman prediction for the year. 24 for 34, 223 yards, 2 tutties. I mean, bro, couldn't ask for anything better. He's winning the Heisman. I am going to check his odds right now because they're probably shit, but going to be better than you do all season. Noah, what did you think of this game?
I don't know why you're going into shouting out C.J. Stroud.
Why not?
I mean, he played okay.
Yeah, he played fine.
Right. But the whole story of this game was Notre Dame's defense and Ohio State's defense. This was a defensive battle through and through.
Yeah.
I think Notre Dame's got a very, very legit defense.
Seriously.
Ohio State's defense, which was a big point of, questionability for a lot of people coming into the season, and they made a change to defensive coordinator. I think Ohio State's defense looked really good. I think their offense didn't look particularly great, but part of that's probably because of how strong Notre Dame's defense is.
Yeah.
So I think we shouldn't downgrade Notre Dame from this loss, but I think Ohio State's still going to be a very good team.
Yeah, and I'm with you, Noah. I wouldn't take anything away from Notre Dame either. Like you said, defense performing great. Need to figure out some stuff on offense. But, I mean, I from watching last season with Georgia having that dominant defense, I need to see another week of Ohio State. But if they have a defense anywhere close to what Georgia is, they're winning the national title, and that's at plus 300 right now if you want to go ahead and take that. But I don't know, man. I think Ohio State is a damn big contender. Is there any team that we didn't talk about, or any team that we did talk about, Noah, that really stuck out for you, that you were like, damn, they're going to win the whole thing?
Well, not necessarily win the whole thing, but Florida looked really good to me.
Yeah.
I saw Utah only being a 2.5-point favorite. I'm like, okay, lock of the century. Like,
oh, yeah.
Easy. And the thing is, it's not even like Utah played a bad game or Utah's a bad team. Like, I don't think Utah's any worse than I thought they were coming in.
No.
I just think Florida, under Billy Napier, very first game, and that quarterback they have, man, he is dynamic. He is dynamic.
He's a stud.
His name's escaping me, but holy shit, absolute dual threat quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to thrive, and Florida might be a little bit of an issue. I mean, Georgia should win the SEC East, but they might need to watch out for Florida, because Florida might be kind of good this year.
No, absolutely. And that quarterback being Anthony Richardson, he went 17 and 24, 168 yards, averaging a pass with a quarterback rating of 94.8. I mean...
Well...
And then you want to talk about rushing real quick? 11 carries, 106 yards, 9.6 averaging, 3 tutties, and his longest rush was 45 freaking yards, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, you brought up his passing yards. I'm like, okay, well, like, let's hear the rushing yards too, because
you got up to it, Noah. No, that guy's a stud.
He's going to be dangerous. I think Florida's going to be a lot better than a lot of people thought they were going to be this year, and I don't think this loss is like that bad of a knock on Utah.
No, not at all. I think Florida's just like we kind of said, like I kind of said earlier with UNC. I think Florida is just a lot better than people were expecting coming into this season. And I mean, hey, I am fine with that, because if that can lead to some good lines, that we find a good matchup. I mean, who are they playing next week? Next week they got Kentucky.
Yeah, and they're coming in as a favorite against Kentucky, I think.
Shit, really? Are those lines up?
Which is pretty impressive, because Kentucky, at the beginning of the season, if two of those teams played week one, Kentucky would have been probably a 7-10 point favorite. So
yeah, absolutely. And hey, we'll cover that game and many more later this week when we do our Degenerate bets for college football week 2, along with the first edition of Degenerate Bets NFL week 1 coming later this week as well. Noah, anything else to say to the Degens about college football week 1 before we wrap it up here?
Hey, man, I'm just, we got LSU, Florida State tonight, and Clemson and Georgia Tech tomorrow. We didn't have that line when we covered it before, so 23.5. I'm on Georgia Tech plus
Yeah.
23.5.
Really?
Maybe. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, you got to follow Noah at Engel Money Train on Twitter to get his official pick tomorrow, and myself at Brofect1 for my pick. You can follow us on Twitter. Hit the link tree down below, and that will take you to our store, all of our social medias, the TikTok, the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter, all of it. Go ahead, check that out down below. And again, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel down below, as it does help us grow and, be degenerates. We fucking love it. With that being said, we'll be back later this week with college football picks, NFL picks, and everything else in between, so please make sure you're following. With that being said, I've been the Brofect1 AJ, that's been the Money Train Noah, and we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.